Hi, good morning. Thank you for coming in today. We appreciate your interest in the psychometrician position.
Good morning. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm excited to be here.
I'm glad to hear that. How was your journey here today?
It was good. Thank you. I made sure to come early to avoid any delays.
That's great. Before we begin, I see in your resume that you attended Colegio San Agustin Bacolod. How was your experience there?
It was a good experience actually. I had the chance to work with amazing professors and gain hands-on experience in psychological assessments.
Well, that's wonderful. We always appreciate candidates with strong academic and practical backgrounds. So, let's get started. I see you have experience in psychological assessment. Can you tell me more about the types of tests you have administered and interpreted?
Yes, I have experience administering and interpreting a variety of psychological tests, including the intelligence test like the Wechsler scales, personality assessments such as the MMPI, and clinical diagnostic tools like the Beck Depression Inventory. I have also experience in aptitude and occupational assessments.
Well, that's great. Your resume mentions that you specialize in standardized psychological testing. Could you explain how you ensure the validity and reliability of the assessment you conduct?
Ensuring validity and reliability is crucial in psychometrics. I strictly followed test administration guidelines, maintained standardized conditions, and used norm reference scoring. I also regularly check for test-retest reliability and inter-rater consistency when working in team settings.
That's an excellent approach. It's always important to uphold high standards in psychological assessment. Are you licensed to practice as a psychometrician in the state?
Yes, I'm a licensed psychometrician and I comply with all regulations set by the local psychological association.
That's good to hear. Are you comfortable working with diverse population, say including children, adults, and clinical patients?
Absolutely. I have worked with clients across different age groups and backgrounds, ensuring that assessments are culturally sensitive and appropriate for their needs.
That's important, especially when working in a field that requires understanding diverse perspectives. So imagine a client disputes the result of a psychological test, claiming that the result do not reflect their true abilities. How would you handle the situation?
I would first review the test administration process to ensure that there were no errors. Then, I would explain the assessment's purpose, limitations, and scoring process. If necessary, I would recommend a follow-up assessment or consultation with a psychologist for further clarification.
That's a professional way to approach a situation. Let's say you ask to administer a new type of psychological test that you're unfamiliar with. How would you approach the situation?
I would thoroughly study the test manual, undergo any necessary training, and consult with senior professionals or supervisors to ensure proper administration. My priority is to ensure that the test is conducted ethically and accurately.
That's a great learning mindset. So, if you need to create a psychological assessment report, what key components would you include?
A comprehensive assessment report should include the client's background information, test descriptions, test scores, interpretation of results, clinical impressions, and recommendations for intervention or further evaluation. It should be clear, objective, and tailored to the referral question.
That's exactly what we look for in professional reports. If a test result suggests a client has psychological disorder, what would be your next steps?
As a psychometrician, I do not diagnose, but I would present the results to a licensed psychologist for interpretation. I would also ensure that the client receives appropriate guidance and refer them to a mental health professional if needed.
Excellent. Understanding ethical boundaries is crucial in our field. Have you ever encountered an ethical dilemma when conducting a psychological assessment? If so, how did you handle it?
Yes, once a client attempted to manipulate test responses to achieve a desired outcome. I followed ethical guidelines by reporting my observations to my supervisor and ensuring that the assessment process remain objective and unbiased.
That's a very responsible approach. Finally, how do you maintain professionalism when working with clients who are anxious or resistant to testing?
I use a calm and reassuring approach, explaining the purpose of the assessment and addressing any concerns that the client may have. Building rapport and ensuring confidentiality helps clients feel more comfortable during the process.
That's a great strategy. Throughout this interview, I really appreciated your insights and professionalism. Thank you so much for sharing your experience with us today. We really appreciate your time and thoughtful responses.
Thank you. I truly appreciate the opportunity and enjoyed our conversation.
We'll review everything and be in touch soon. But before you go, do you have any questions for us?
Yes, I'd love to know more about the team I'd be working with and training opportunities available for professional growth.
Great question. Our team is very collaborative and we provide regular training sessions to help our psychometrician grow in their field. If you join us, you'll have plenty of opportunities to learn and expand your expertise.
That sounds fantastic. I love to be part of such an environment.
We appreciate your enthusiasm. Again, thank you for coming in today. We'll be in touch soon.